Hi friends, happy Monday. Tonight's Marvelous Monday. I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute Christmas gift box. It's measuring 4 by 4 by 4. The lid is a slight bit bigger in order for it to slide over, but I wanted to show you how to make this. But before we get to this, I just wanted to show you another item that's coming out in the upcoming catalog that starts in January. So this is the Trusty Tool bundle, and it includes the Trusty Tool dies, which are really cute. I haven't started using them because I was out of town, but look at all those fun tools that you can use. I'm going to trade this over so you guys can see this better. Put some better lighting on as well. Okay, so these are the Trusty Tool dies that go with the stamp set. So you can see that the dies match some of the items that are on here, but there's also some that are just on their own really cute dies. So you've got screws and all kinds of fun stuff. And then this cute little pegboard. But when you buy this bundle, you can get this cute ESP for free, the Trusty Toolbox 12 by 12. This is the celebration item that you can purchase in addition, that you can have for free when you spend $50 or more. And so you can see from this paper, really cute, great for the guys in your life that are handy. So this, I think, will be really fun to make cards with for the guys. And then this designer series paper, along with this one, it matches the dies. So if I take these dies out, you'll see that some of these match. And let's see. We've got, that one is the measuring tape. And looks like the wrench matches as well. And the pencil. I don't see that. It looks like there's another full sheet. So it looks like they give you 4 of these sheets, or maybe they give you some that have a different set of tools. So anyway, so there's a number of dies that work with this set and be a great combination. So that's coming again in January. So watch for more information about this as we get closer to that time. In the meantime, that's the Trusty Tools stamp set, great for Father's Day. Thank you. I wish they had a birthday greeting as well, because that's where I struggle. It's those birthday cards. Okay, so back to our little 4 by 4 box. So this box is 4 by 4 by 4. And like I said, the lid is slightly bigger. And so I'm going to show you the template for this. So this is the template for the lid. You will need an 8.5 by an 8.5 inch piece of cardstock. And I'm using the Shining Christmas 12 by 12 specialty paper. And this one has all kinds of cute little candy canes on it. Okay. And then this is the piece that will be the base of my box. So it's 12 by 12 and each side is 4 inches. So 12 by 12 works perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside and show you what I'm using. So what I'm using is the back of the cardstock. So when we have our designer series paper packages that come, the ones that are flexible and not specialty paper, we get this white backing, cardboard backing, and it's just slightly thicker than our 12 by 12 white DSP. And I'm going to use this because it just It's a little shiny, a little sturdier, and it makes a great box. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 4 inches and 8 inches, turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to do 4 inches again and 8 inches again. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting along, and I'm going to use my cutter to help me cut along some of these lines so that they're nice and straight. And then where I scored it is where I'm going to fold it. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. Now you can do this with scissors if you want instead. And I'm going to use this handy measuring tool right here to make sure I've got it in the right places. Okay, so I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. Let me just make sure I've got mine. So you can see I'm cutting at 2 inches and at 10 inches, but I'm not going to cut this middle part. So you want to make sure you're only cutting to the score line so that when you cut, you're only going to be cutting off these portions that are cross-hatched. Okay. All right. So let's put this in the right place. Maybe what I should do is I should be cutting along the 4-inch line first. So I'm going to be cutting 4 inches and 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut it 8 inches, and I'm only cutting up to this line from this score mark on, and then I'm going to turn it, and this is where I'm cutting to 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to cut the top part at 2 inches and at this part at 2 inches. Now I'm saving these because these work out perfectly for gift tags. As you can see, this gift tag is the same size, and so I'm going to be using my tailor-made tags to cut out gift tags. They're really nice and strong. Okay, so I'm going to do this at 2 inches again, and I'm only cutting up to the score line. And then with the score line and over. This is just really great cardstock. Uh-oh, looks like I accidentally changed it over. There we go. Okay. So this is what it looks like. And now in order to get my template the rest of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm just going to cut a little angle up to the score mark. And when I'm putting the box together, I've got plenty of room. Now you're wondering what I'm going to do with this. Let me get this straight. I have this little piece here that obviously I don't want anybody to see. And so what you can do is you can cut a little 4-inch by 4-inch piece of DSP, or I mean cardstock, and I can just glue it right over it. And that way nobody will see. And you can put it on the inside or the outside. The one side of the cardstock is shiny, and the other side is plain. I'm going to use the shiny side, so let me just cover this up. Nice thing about glue is it lets me just kind of fiddle with it so I can get it in the right spot. Okay. So now I want to use my bone folder and fold over in all the locations, make sure that my edges line up. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I did. I went and saw my family up in Washington, and while we had fabulous food, I think the best part is I hadn't seen my family in over 3 years since before COVID. We were supposed to go last Christmas, but my husband was sick in the hospital and he couldn't fly, so we had to cancel. But we played games. There was a couple of days there that we just played lots and lots of games. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to be just assembling this box just like this. Okay. I'm going to put some glue on both sides of these. And you can use tear and tape paper if you don't want to use cardstock or glue, I mean. I think that works just as well. But the glue kind of lets me kind of fiddle with it for a little bit. And I'm trying to get my edges lined up, and I want my top to line up as well. And this just saves me from having to buy boxes of about this size. And I've got some things for the grandkids. I think that will work just perfectly for this. And then again, I'm going to put the glue on the inside of these two flaps. And then I'm going to adhere them one at a time. Just making sure that it lines up with the edge. And then also my edges line up at the top as well. And then you can just press down on it if you want. Use your bone folder to make sure that everything is holding on. Okay. So you can see I've just got a 4x4 cube that's open, and now I'm going to make the lid. Okay. So if you want to buy something from me tonight, I'll send you one of these for free. It'll be folded over so that you can easily just put it together, but you can use it as a template or you can actually make the box. Okay, so now the next part that we're going to put together is this lid. It's a little more complicated because you've got these funky 3/16 measurements. So, so part of the problem about this is that it doesn't do 16th inches. It does 1/8 of an inch. And I need these to be 16 inches in order to have this work. And so you can see that it folds together like so. We're going to glue it together when we're done. And I need it to be just a smidge bigger than my 4-inch box. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, and it's about 1/8 of an inch bigger than my box. So in order to divide those 1/8 inches in half, you get a 16th. So that's when this score is really great, because our rulers, our cutter has 16th inch measurements as well. Okay, I'm going to pull this back up so we can keep track of all the measurements. And let me just pull this over so you can see this as well. Just push this to the side. Okay, So I'm going to score this at 15/16. So that means it's pretty much almost 1 inch, but there's just a 16th inch that is, so I'm going to do that at 15/16, and then 2 and 3/16. So there are 16 lines between the 2 and the 3, and I'm just going to count over 3/16. Okay, I'm going to score it again. And then I'm going over, and again, I'm going to need to use my extended ruler on my cutter, and I'm going to go to 6 and 5/16. So you have to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? It kind of, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do from this side because our cutters kind of are missing one of their measurements there. So again, 15/16, and then 2 and 3/16 again. That's just slightly smaller than 2 1/4. So I'm going to do that for every side. 15/16 and 2 and 3/16. Okay, so I have all of the 4 sides scored. So hopefully you can see that. All right, so this is where it gets a little more complicated when we're cutting. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2 sides to cut, and I'm going to cut all the way to the score mark here. Okay, now where it's the 15/16, I'm going to just do a little angle cut there and a little angle cut there. Okay, so now I'm going to cut only to the first score mark on this side, and then I'll cut across, angle here, just a little bit, so you can see what I did here. So I did a little angle here and a little angle here, but we went straight up on this side. I'm going to do that again. Okay, so a little angle here for the first score mark, and then I'll just cut this off so that we don't have to worry about that. And then I'm going to cut off this portion, and then I need a little bit of an angle. Let's see. Actually, yeah, little angle here. So this doesn't get in the way when I'm folding it over. Okay, so now let's do the same thing to this side. I'm going to cut it here all the way up to the second score mark on both sides. And then we're going to cut off I'll just cut it straight for now, and then we can do the angles when I'm done. So this piece needs a little bit of an angle. This piece needs a little bit of an angle. And then this piece needs a little bit of an angle. And then this piece, angle. Okay. You see what I did there? To have this so that it matches. So I have all kinds of angles to make sure that when it folds up, it's going to fold up nice. Okay. And nothing's going to get in the way. So I'm going to now start folding. So these are going to fold under, but I'm going to need to have just fold everywhere where there's a score mark. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting in my sides and then folding this over and then folding this over. And it looks like I need a little bit more off of here so it's out of the way. Okay. So again, I'm going to fold it up and then fold that in. And then I need to glue. So I'm going to glue here. And I'm going to glue here. And I want my corners to be nice and snug. Okay. So I'm pushing it in to make sure that it's nice and snug. And then I'll do the other side. So again, I'm only gluing in the longest or the tab that's the furthest out, and then the inside of these tabs. Again, I'm folding up the edge, folding it over, and then I'm checking to make sure that my corners are lining up. Okay. I can do my last two tabs, which are these on the outside. Fold this one over, and then I'm going to fold this one over. Just as a reminder, if you buy something tonight from me using my host code, I will send you this template for free. So I'll be sending it to you scored and cut so that all you have to do is put it together, or you can save it as a template. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my box, and now I've got my box top, and it fits perfectly snug. So isn't that cute? And you can reuse them or you can give them away. But I think these will be great boxes for the holidays. You don't have to do any wrapping because it's already super cute. Now you just add a little bit of ribbon, and I'm going to use the Real Red from the Real Red and Burlap Ribbon combo pack. And you can do just once around, or you can do twice. Right. Isn't that cute? Super easy. Obviously, a fat ribbon would be even cuter, but Stampin' Up! Doesn't have any this year. But you can also do one of those triple bows I showed you a couple weeks ago that allow you to do all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, so now we're going to make the tag real quick. And I've got a tailor-made tag. I'm using a sentiment um, from Ringed with Nature, which is a great one for Christmas as well. And I'm going to use Just for You. Now, the thing about this cardstock that um, comes from the back of the DSP is that or the cardboard, it's just a little bit too shiny for our paper. And so what I do is I will put my sentiment on our basic white cardstock. And that way there's no smearing, because when the cardstock is shining, it tends to want to smear even if you let it dry for. So, okay. So now the way I'm going to assemble, and I'm just going to show you a close-up of the one I did last week. So this one, I layered it with a little bit of red cardstock, but I cut out some of these little gifts and I made them pop up. Aren't they cute? So they pop up right on top of where the gifts are on the tag. So I can do the same thing with this. I can take a little piece of the cardstock and I can glue it on here. And I'm just going to make sure it lines up with the bottom and the one side. And then all I have to do is just trim it. Just use the tag edge as your guide. So I've already done that. And then just for you, I'm going to glue this on. It's a little bit too wide, too much glue on there. And I'm going to center it and then cut off the rest. Let's throw that away because I don't want this. Okay. And I'm going to make another one of these little bows. So just as a reminder, I showed you how to do this a couple weeks ago. So just look back or go to my YouTube. And I don't need very long of a tail, just a little bit of one. And I'm going to go back and forth, over and under. And then I'm going to cut this off. Yeet. There we go. Got the perfect little bow. And this one I can just put at the bottom. I'm going to use a couple of glue dots. I put the glue dots on both sides of the bow, so it kind of helps keep the tails and the bows in place. And then I can just trim my little tails. And then I can either use some of this ribbon or I can use the silver decorative trim or elegant trim. And I'm just going to use a little 6-inch piece. I don't need very much. Just fold it in half, slip it through, and then thread it through, and then I can just tie it to my gift. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll have this on YouTube here shortly. And it's just a fun little gift box. As you can see, it just took me 30 minutes to make. And anybody wants to purchase anything from me, I will send you this template for free. You need to purchase before the 30th of November so that you can get it in time for Christmas. So just a really convenient, easy box. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Again, my name is Angela, and I'm from Wild Violets Art. And I'll have this on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click subscribe and like, share it with your friends. And I'll see you again next Monday. Thank you.